All right, what are we looking at? We are looking at the developer update for September 2024. Very nice. So this is going to be the stuff that probably goes on the PTB that is next week. The next update features an especially larger number of perk tweaks and rework on top of our usual killer tweaks and new features. Interesting. So number 1, Finisher Mori. The killer can now perform a Mori on the final survivor without using an offering. So that is what is right now the yellow Mori is now base kit in the game. Objects obstructing the camera during the Mori animation will fade away. Wow, nothing can block the Mori anymore. Memento Mori offerings have a new effect. Gain a large blood point bonus when performing a Mori on the final survivor. So the Mori offerings are getting reworked. Yellow Mori gets put base kit, which means there are more Moris. Cool animation, cool way to end the game. Very in style, so yeah, cool. When the finishing Mori system was tested previously, many found the surrounding gameplay changes had too large of an effect on the match. Dude, honestly, I think there were a few matches about that. There were a few things about that PTB, especially Unbreakable, making recovering twice as fast, that kind of made it like really annoying, but I think the base idea was not bad, in my opinion at least. All right. Yep. Cool. Survivor perks. Teamwork Power of 2. This perk had an atrociously long cooldown. And yeah, pretty much never saw play. This effect will linger for a few seconds when out of range. Re-entering this range before the linger expires will maintain the effect. That is pretty good, so you can go out of range for a little bit. Range is 16 meters. Okay. Power of 2 no longer has a cooldown. Nice. I mean, it's only no scratch marks, right? So this will activate every time you heal a survivor. And when a survivor loses a health state, it goes away. So that's pretty cool. So I guess this is actually not a bad perk, just to like reset and go out of range. Because realistically, for the first few seconds, you're not gonna have scratch marks, both of you. Teamwork collect. No, sorry, no. This is the haste perk, no? Sorry, no. You're gonna get haste. This is the haste perk. This is not the stealth perk. This is the stealth perk. I was wrong. But I would suppose it's something similar, right? Yeah, the range is 60 meters now. It will linger for 3 seconds. It has no cooldown and deactivates when either survivor loses a health state. So both the speed perk and the no scratch mark perk have less restrictions and are very easy to activate. Cool. I mean, they never really saw play anyway, so that makes a lot of sense. Corrective action now applies to survivors within 8 meters. Prevent failed skill check now become great skill checks. Corrective now applies to survivors within 8 meters. Scorpioning at the same time. Okay, this could be great when playing with a friend, but not very useful for more experienced players. We've changed the result to a great skill check. Okay, that could be decent. I mean, there's some synergies to consider here, especially hyper-focus, right? So yeah, need to see how that works out. That's gonna go on the PTB, but a neat perk if you want to play with friends, but probably not gonna see a lot of play anyway. Inner focus. Increased aura reading duration to 10 seconds. Removed range requirement. Okay, so wow. So anytime a survivor gets hit, you will get aura reading on the killer. Wait, this is actually a decent perk now. For 10 seconds. Wow. Okay, not bad. Definitely a perk to keep track. That is going to be a really, really solid perk. Cool. So inner focus. A fairly useless perk was probably going to see a lot more play now. That's a good change. I like it. We're going to live forever. Change the healing speed to 150%. That is pretty massive. 150%, that's real make it, and 50% on top. That's real make it and botany. That's really fast. Survivors aren't in the dying state often, so we want to make sure this perk is effective when the situation arises. Endurance effect no longer needs to be activated. 30 seconds cooldown. Okay, so this is a really good perk against slugging now. You always get endurance, you don't need to activate it, it's 150%. Slugging is kind of taking over, so having one perk, this is probably going to be a very useful way to contact it. Nice. Okay, this, I don't know, is this going to be overpowered? I think it's fine. This perk is going to be fine. A cooldown, yeah, otherwise people will be able to infinitely pick themselves up in the killer phase and then continuously do that with the endurance effect. So you need a cooldown, otherwise you can perpetually heal in the killer's phase. Endurance takes hit and there's nothing a killer can do. Poised. When you first start repairing a generator, see the killer aura for 6 seconds. Wow, that is a really great perk. That is like lethal pursuit for survivors, actually. Because if you spawn next to Gen and there's not corrupted, you started touching it, you see who the killer is, you see where they are. If they're stealth killer, you will not see them and it's also gonna get given away. That's a very, very neat perk. And the duration is 14 seconds of no scratch marks when a gen gets completed, right? Yeah. Solid, okay. That's a strong perk. Blood Rush. Blood Rush now activates for 60 seconds after being unhooked. So it's an anti-tunnel perk and not only last hook. Blood Rush now deactivates upon performing a conspicuous action. Anti-tunnel perk. Blood Rush now deactivates when the exit gates are powered. Okay, this is literally DS off the record conditions. Blood Rush no longer heals or provides the broken effect. So that means if you get unhooked for 60 seconds, you can reset your exhaustion. So you can sprint burst, Blood Rush, sprint burst. Unconditionally, you can do that twice. That is a really strong anti-tunnel perk. Really, really strong. Probably with sprint burst. You can also, to be fair, you can do that with Dramaturgy too. Resurgence, Dramaturgy, Blood Rush. That's going to be a really, really, really strong anti-tunnel perk. You can use exhaustion twice within a 60-second window. Okay. Not bad. I mean, at least you don't have a free health set and you can't take a hit for someone. That's good. So this is definitely more healthy than some of the other anti-tunnel perks, but certainly useful. With sprint burst, this is going to be insane. Like, imagine you have this off the racket and then you sprint burst off the hook. Even if you get hit, you can literally sprint burst again. Wow. So you have like 3 sprint bursts at once. Okay. Not bad. I like this. I like this change because it cannot be used offensively really, really well. Good one. Quick Gambit. When chased, see the aura of other survivors. That is a really strong effect because you know where not to run and not to interrupt your teammate. Quick Gambit now has a 60-second cooldown upon losing a half state. Reduced repair speed bonus to 5%. Repair speed bonus no longer has a range limit. Alright, that seems extremely insane. This might be too strong. That means if you get chased, every other survivor, you can see them and you have 5% repair speed bonus until you get hit. And there's a 60-second cooldown. That seems nasty. Really, really strong. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. This is only going to the PTB, but yeah, this perk seems a little bit too strong for my liking, but we'll see. Distortion. Rerock. Distortion no longer has tokens, and instead of deactivating once used... Bro. Distortion no longer has tokens, and instead deactivates once used until the next time you're chased. So, you can block an aura, then you have to go into a chase, and then you can block an aura again. So, that's not token-based anymore. Okay, I mean, this is still useful. This is still useful, but not as oppressive as the other one. The problem with Distortion is you got rewarded for hiding by being able to hide better. And that's like a cycle of hiding that was kind of like... I don't know, so now it got changed to you have to enter a chase to get more Distortion. So you can't really rat your way to victory as much anymore. That's good. I like it. Lucky Star. Change. Now suppresses guns of pain and blood. Pools of blood as long as you're in the locker. This effect lingers for 30 seconds after exiting. So that's a lot longer. No longer reveals survivors or generator auras. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's like... It has its niche, I guess. 30 seconds is pretty neat. Not bad. I don't know if it's enough to push this park into... I don't know if people are going to play this anyway, but it's like a niche park. Alright. Genetic limits. Anytime a survivor loses a health state, they suffer from exhaustion for 8 seconds. So this is a rework. A genetic limit was an utterly useless perk. Nobody ever used this. There were just better perks to outplay exhaustions. So now every time someone loses a health state, they get exhausted. Not bad. There are a few killers who can probably do a lot with this. The best example would probably be Legion, right? If you injure someone, they're exhausted. You commit, they don't have exhaustion. So good one. Not bad. I think this perk is gonna see niche use now. Niche use now, bro. I can't talk. Leverage. When a survivor performs an unhook, their healing speed is reduced by 50% for 30 seconds. Very interesting perk that kind of like counteracts the usual way survivors play, right? Because usually when someone unhooks, they want to heal the person that they just unhooked. If you still want to do that, you're going to be 50% slowed. So you kind of don't want to do that probably. Thing is, if the survivor has a medkit, it doesn't do much. But I think this perk is going to be pretty good. That is a really good perk. Because, it like disrupts the usual flow of healing for survivors. This is going to be a really, really strong perk, for sure. Pretty niche. I don't think everyone is going to run this, but yeah. Very nice. This perk was useless. Now it has a niche. Love that. Big fan. Thwack. Thwack now starts with 3 tokens. Gain 1 token upon hooking a survivor. When breaking a pallet or breakable wall, consume 1 token and cause survivors within 24 meters to scream and reveal their location. Okay, so now it has tokens. This, honestly, Thwack was already kind of like a niche perk that you could get value off. I saw it in a tournament match, actually, where Nurse on Dead Talk made insane use of it, because they can just break a wall, and then the guy's aura gets revealed, and you can just blink on them. It's free, because the aura stays revealed. So now it has 3 tokens, and you gain more tokens. Yeah, that's pretty decent. I think this perk will definitely see play now. Strong. Strong, strong. I like what I'm reading so far. Change. The most recently damaged generator becomes compromised. Machine learning previously required you to damage 1 gen to activate and then compromise another. This made it awkward to use. To simplify this, the most recent damage generator will always be compromised. I think this perk, I would be careful with this. This perk is like actually a bit slept on because the speed boost is nuts. 10% speed boost for 60 seconds. I don't know, bro. That seems pretty OP. I mean, OP is like a strong word, but I guess it's good cheese. It's not like machine learning is seen every match, right? But yeah. I am a bit... Haze perks, I'm not the biggest fan of haze perks in general. So yeah, we'll need to see. But this still goes to the PTB. Don't forget that. Alright, Deathbound. Deathbound no longer has a distance requirement to activate. Deathbound no longer has a duration, and instead deactivates when the healer is hooked. So Deathbound literally makes you oblivious until you get hooked again. That is insane. That is absolutely nuts. That is probably the best oblivious perk in the game then. Yeah. That might be a little bit too strong. I honestly am a fan of those perks though. I don't know. But we'll need to see. That might be too oppressive. That is going to be definitely a perk to watch out for. And I can't wait to play the PTB and test it. But yeah. You can be oblivious literally until the end of the game if you don't get hooked. Alright, Zenshin Tactics. When a survivor is within 8 meters of a drop pallet within 60 meters of your location, their aura is revealed for 10 seconds. Okay, I can see a few killers that can make good use of this. Revealing pallets and windows was much less useful for killers than survivors, since the killers present every time a pallet is broken. Yeah, there was some use case for this though. There were killers who could actually make good use of this. It was a good learning perk for some killers, so I don't know. I'm not too happy about that being gone, but this seems to be a relatively useful perk. Zenshin, bro, the clown enjoyers. Rep the clown enjoyers, bro. The people that read the 1000 page guide, they're in shambles right now. They are actually in shambles. But this seems to be an interesting perk. Yeah, Zenshin was extremely niche before. Deadman's now applies only to the first survivor that stops repairing a generator. So you cannot DMS every gen. You can only DMS one generator. And the duration is 50 seconds. Wasn't the duration 30? Deadman Switch provides a very powerful effect that can sometimes get out of hand when combined with other perks. We've changed it to activate only on the first survivor that stops repairing a gen. Yeah, I think it was 30, not 45. Now it's 50 on one gen. I think it's a pretty good change. So this is gonna make Artist DMS a lot less impressive. 50 seconds is nuts though. It really is. I think DMS is a stupid perk. I think it's a good change overall. Because like this makes it more accessible for killers who don't have like crazy synergy with the perk. And at the same time, killers who have insane synergy can't get carried as hard by this. So I think Artist is definitely going to take a hit. Definitely take a hit. Blood Echo. Blood Echo no longer has a cooldown. Reduce the duration to 30 seconds. So every time someone, you hook someone, injured survivors get hemorrhaged and mangled. Cool, good change. I don't think this perk is going to see much use. I think there are better perks to counter exhaustion. This is still too situational. Crowd control. The last 5 vaults which survivors rush vault are blocked by the entity. Bro, this is funny. So, okay, this does not have a time on it. So, this might honestly be too strong. Because, like, the thing is, if you're careful as a killer where you chase and survivors not purposefully vault other vaults, you can pretty much disable the really good windows. You can literally just disable the good windows. And, like, I don't know, I don't know if 5 is the right value. I kind of like the idea of this. This is going to be strong. This is strong. This is really, really strong. Dude, you can disable every vault on Gideon Meat Plant. Video coming out. I promise, I promise. Shout out to Pandem for the video idea. Okay. In heavy vault areas, it was possible for survivors to outlast the effect by linking together multiple windows. Yeah, bro, I swear. I don't think there are more than 5 vault locations that get vaulted in a match on average. I think. I don't think people vault that much. 5 seems insane, bro. Like, I swear, like, I don't know. 5 is ridiculously insane. Sure, there are maps. There are maps like Larry's where you will see more vaults. But on average, something like Torment Creek, right? You will vault main, you will vault one jungle gym, you will vault shack. That's it, right? Maybe a TR wall. Okay, there we are. Still at 5. So the main window will never unblock. Yeah, this seems a bit insane. Let's see. But this is still going to the PTB. I would suppose that this value is probably a bit high. And like 3 is probably more reasonable. But strong perk. So, Predator. When a survivor escapes a chase, reveal the aura for 6 seconds. This perk goes on cooldown for 40 seconds. Okay, that's very on theme with the perk. I feel like this is going to be a bit abusable on stuff like Nerf. Because you can get out of the 90 meter range and then blink on the survivor. Because he has an aura reveal for 8 seconds with lethal. That's probably going to be really, really annoying to go against. Is that going to be more oppressive than barbecue, lethal, blah, 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 nowhere to hide? I don't know. Nerf already has so many OP aura options. I don't know if this even makes the cut. But good perk, especially for beginners. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, yeah. Skull Merchant. Hello. What the fuck did this do? Alright. Change. Decreased hinder penalty when scanned to 5%. So the hindered is halved. Removed. The Skull Merchant no longer gets haste. Well, that is already a big nerf. Skull Merchant is one of the highest win rates. Everyone goes next against Skull Merchant. We know that. That is a significant nerf. But I think especially the haste, that was unbearable. And this will make it so much better to go against her. These 2 effects combine create a huge speed difference between the killer and survivor. Yeah, it does. Oh, Wolf, thank you so much for it. Alright, reduce the number of drone scan lines to 1. So the drone used to have 2 scan lines that were across from each other, right? And now it's only 1. So that's half the times you need to crouch on a loop. Half the time. But keep in mind that the Sky Merchant can also rotate the direction. So if they do that well, then I think, I don't know, this is going to take a lot more skill, but this is a huge nerf. Drones are now always in the active state, so the scan lines are never invisible. Drone scan lines are now invisible beyond 60 meters. So I think the tier list needs a new tier, and we only put Sky Merchant in it. Sky Merchant just revolutionized Dead by Daylight, and F tier is a thing now. Alright, cool. So keep in mind that Sky Merchant... No, I'm not sure if I can say... Oh, whatever. Okay. Billy. Okay, we know Billy has been a little bit on the stronger side. Honestly, it is overbearingly strong, in my opinion. It was actually annoying. I didn't play him that much anymore. Because he was too strong, it was not fun anymore. And now he's getting a little bit of enough. Decreasing the time before overdrive starts dissipating 8 seconds. This was an irrelevant mechanic. Now it becomes a little bit relevant because in 15 seconds you could literally hook someone, then you would chainsaw again, the timer wouldn't start. Decrease overdrive movement speed to L11.5, so less speed in overdrive. This is a little bit, but you also have to keep in mind if you reduce the speed, you increase the turning and you can do more things in overdrive. Decrease overdrive charges gained while revving and sprinting to 1.5. So 25% less overdrive. Increased chainsaw missed attack cooldown to 2.7. More cooldown, less overdrive. Overdrive's less fast. It dissipates sooner. That's probably still not going to be a big deal, but yeah. So justified nerfs. Billy's way too strong. This might not even be far enough. Yeah. Overdrive tended to kick in very frequently. I think, yeah, well. Yep. Good changes, good changes. This will not kill the character. He's still gonna be S tier. He's still gonna be S tier with this. He's still gonna be S tier. Twins. Increased Victor cooldown when crushed to 20 seconds. Twins. Utterly OP right now, in my opinion. Increased cooldown after Victor downs a survivor to 3.2. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Twins is such an odd character. Really odd. This is probably gonna matter quite a bit. 5 seconds less cooldown, so there's more cooldown on Victor. This change is okay. Like, you can kick him a little bit longer, so I guess that's gonna be cool. The thing is, Victor is like fast as fuck if you actually hit someone. Like, he's like zooming away, bro. Like, you can't kick that guy. Toxic little shit. All right, unknown. Everyone was scared. What is it gonna be? Is unknown dead, guys? Well, no, unknown is not dead. HUD update to display teleport cooldown hallucination spawn time. This makes it so much easier to get into the killer. So on the bottom left, you actually have the teleport cooldown. You have the hallucination cooldown. You can actually track it very easily. This makes it so much easier. Big fan of this. Movement speed now decreases sooner when charging your power. Well, to the people who like faking the power, them to fake, I think it's gonna be less severe now, which I think is really good. I think that's what it means. Increase teleport recovery speed by 15 seconds. So blurry photo, partially base kit, it was 50%, and 15% of that goes into the base kit. And blurry photo gets adjusted. Vanishing back box add-on also gets adjusted. Improved visual and audio feedbacks when using UVX. We tend to revisit killers a few months after their release and see if they need early balance changes. Bro, this killer was such a cook though. Unknown was such a cook. That Unknown is such a great killer. Tapping the power button can postpone the hallucination from spawning, but to a survivor it appears as if you're launching UVX. This forces survivors to constantly dodge and lose distance while slowing down the killer. We've reduced the window before the killer slows down while charging the power. This makes it harder to tap the power button without slowing down. So the M2 fake is gone. The 3 M2 fakes are gone. Was pretty stupid. Wow, cool. These are really great changes. Oh my god, I love this. So, okay, rip Sky Merchant. I'm so sorry to the people who like playing Sky Merchant. I'm sorry, but like, I think also at the same time, yeah, Sky Merchant is a sad story. That's just how it is. Lots of perk changes, which I'm a big fan of. Some of them seem low-key OP. Quick Gambit seems pretty OP, I won't lie. I think it probably needs to change. Leverage might honestly be OP. Yeah, a lot of these perks seem extremely useful, and especially these are perks that nobody ever uses, like the teamwork perks, and they seem like they will probably have the place again. This is a really good. I like this. Like this. Big fan. Well, there's the Death Fighter update.